All right. We should be live. Hopefully, you all can hear me on YouTube. If not, let me know. If so, welcome. This is EMP.Money. This is our daily live AMA and Detonator giveaway event. Another awesome day at EMP, and we're gonna jump right in. So let me pull up Detonator, and then I'll go over some news, and we'll take questions as usual. So give me 1 second. All right, here she is. Detonator, our pride and joy, continuing to kill it. I've had a really busy day, so forgive me if I sound a little scatterbrained. We had a awesome AMA, and I was a guest speaker for Dygycon 9. We were able to live stream it to YouTube, so there is a video on our YouTube channel that goes over what we talked about. There were some technical difficulties in the beginning. The first 10 or 20 minutes are a little all over the place. But then we got into the groove, and it was awesome. I mean, we had about 20 people show up live on the event and had another 20 or 30 on the live stream on YouTube. So yeah, Dygycon is an amazing online crypto conference. It's done every 2 or 3 months through Spliterlands. So Spliterlands is an amazing play to earn crypto game similar to Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone, where you actually own your own cards. You can play, you can earn. If you don't have time to play, you can rent your cards, which is just incredible. It's one of the most robust crypto games on the planet, and they are leaps and bounds ahead of their competition. I know everybody knows Axie Infinity, but their economy, their mechanisms are way more advanced. So I would encourage all of you to check out Splinterlands. And again, I'm an OG Splinter player. I have a top 20 account, so obviously I'm a little biased, but we have a great relationship with them. And if you listen to the live stream, there's some Easter eggs in there that again we may be seeing a lot more of Splinterlands in the future. So we also run some sponsored tournaments over there as well, where winners are rewarded in EMP. But the only way to get the EMP is for them to actually complete our academy. So it's really awesome that we're trying to onboard. We're working with Zen Sports and Jacob, one of our community liaisons. He's been helping us with our esports division with EMP, and we have a lot of big plans for that in the future. Again, I don't want to spill the beans, but that is a big market that I think will bring a lot of new eyeballs to the project outside of traditional DeFi. Because if you're in DeFi, you kind of know we all run in the same circles, but we want to bring an outside audience into EMP and show them how they can earn. So, Bull, are you there? Bull Gates, my co-host with the most. We've been
Yep.
on all day today, bro. It's been a long day, but thank you for joining me over at Dygycon. That was a fun event, huh, brother?
Yeah, I gave up playing games a few years ago, so it took a little bit to get it going. And fortunately, we had a bunch of awesome community members there to at least point me in the right direction because, frankly, I felt like kind of a noob over there, like not knowing what to do. And, I have feedback, and I tease Kirk a little bit for feedback here. And,
Yeah.
well, wouldn't you know it, I had feedback myself. So, Kirk, let me have it. And, I'm the first one to poke fun at myself. So if anybody else wants to, go ahead. It's
Y-
all good.
Yeah, same here, brother. I know we got in there early to test everything and it all went to hell, but we made it happen. We
Yeah.
again about 10 minutes in we finally got it all figured out. Now we'll be ready for the future and yeah, we'll be part of Digicon for many years to come and again, hopefully we'll have our own EMP-con as well. I definitely want to have a real life meetup when we're ready for that and start going to all these crypto conferences. I know Crypto Mike has already been representing EMP in Dubai and some of the other big crypto conferences, but we're going to have a lot larger presence over the next few years. in the crypto space as we continue to grow and expand. So, yeah, really exciting stuff, and everybody seemed to be really excited about
I'm literally gonna
our
walk the
Impulse
room.
launch. Lots of hype over that yesterday. That was our announcement, and we'll talk a little bit about that. If any of you have questions about that that wasn't answered yesterday, I'm happy to dive in. But before the rollover, we have about 5 minutes left. This is Detonator. For those of you that are new, this is our daily ROI contract where you deposit LP tokens. That's half EMP, half Ethereum. You pair it up. If you don't know how to pair it up, you can use this button down here called Zap. ZAP, zap in, and that will take any of your native tokens and pair them up for you and allow you to deposit into the contract. Just remember that any of the deposits are locked up where you cannot get access to those funds anymore, but in return, we give you 365% return on your investment based on what you've deposited. And we have 1% of the prize pool going to the largest depositor of the day. Right now, that's already 157 LP. That was a carryover from yesterday. They were a little bit late. If you're late to the party, even by 1 minute, then your deposit rolls over to the next day. So we'll see if that holds up for them. I kind of doubt it will. We've seen some mega snipes coming in. 2 days ago, we had over 800 LP take it. So you never know what you're gonna see, and that's the beauty of the way we have it set up. Again, you can try to get it for a good deal, and but you run the risk of being out sniped. That's just the beauty of our game theory. But either way, you get credit for your deposit. It's a lossless system, meaning no matter what, you always get credit for what you've deposited, and same with lottery tickets. So it's more of a giveaway than a lottery because you still get credit for that initial deposit. So, Bull, how are we looking on ticket count? Another record day, maybe? Where are we at?
Ooh, let me check. I was just firing up my screens. I was a little late getting here, my friend.
Yeah, no worries.
Six, yeah, 6,500. And I just wanted to point out one thing to Dygycon.
Yeah,
I would just like everybody listening, like I didn't realize that I kind of did, but like to realize like to have AJ here and the as a leader of this project and the community, the connections that he's made over the years, like we see what this guy is all about here right now. The last 4 or 5 months we've been here, we see, but this guy's been in the space for a long enough time where he's built a lot of relationships. And I was watching all the people with the special avatars over there, singing your praises. So, just to give you, a pat on the back, like, I mean, clearly, you've been practicing what you've been preaching for, since you've been in crypto. And I can't speak to your real life, but if your real life is any reflection of that, I'm sure, the people that know you are happy to know you and know your character.
thanks, brother. No doubt. That means a lot, Bull. Again, man, I've always been one of transparency and doing the right thing, and I've just been really lucky to find the right projects and align myself with people that have very similar goals and missions. Again, the Splinterlands team is incredible. Agrid and Yaba Matt are the two founders, and they have taught me a lot when it comes to building community. They're one of the first crypto projects to put their community first. And if you like the culture that we built at EMP, you would love the culture at Splinterlands because it's very, very similar. Everybody's there willing to help. And they've built an incredible ecosystem over there as well. And like I said, we're you haven't seen the last of Splinterlands for sure. So yeah, Bull, I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot. And yeah, I mean we're making moves out here, guys. I mean I have been lucky to make incredible partnerships and connections in crypto, and I want to bring all of that to EMP, to Impulse, and ultimately to all of you that participate with us. So it's exciting times, bro. And Detonator continues to be a monster. Holy cow, we're at 2,748 users. Again, that's nothing. We could have 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 users, especially with the rate at the way this contract is growing. We're growing by about 1,000 LP a day. We're already almost at an all-time high again, and we haven't even had the last-minute snipers come in. So yeah, 57,574 LP, $3.4 million, with ETH just breaking over 1,800 barely, and looking really, really healthy. Hopefully, again, a lot of the market conditions are finally coming to a bottom, and we can see a gradual increase from here. Remember, now, again, not financial advice, but now is the time to build your LPs. LPs are very, very cheap, with EMP and ultimately Ethereum being down by almost by half from their all-time highs. But as long as you're in the farms, that doesn't matter because you're still earning, and that's the beauty of our protocol, is that it doesn't matter what the price of the token is. It matters how much shares you're able to farm and the positions that you're able to build for a long-term mindset. So, all right, we got 1 minute left. Bull, anything else in 10 seconds
Stack
you
those.
want to add?
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep stacking those LPs to earn shares, but the deeper you get that liquidity pool, the more the greater the possibility that the share value increases over time. So
Yeah, for
deepen
sure.
that liquidity, protect it, tell your friends.
For sure, brother. Exactly. And again, that's why Detonator is so powerful, is because we have, over $3 million in locked liquidity helping our peg, on top of our already deep liquidity. We've had 20 million, in liquidity, and now it's down to about 18, but climbing every day. So, all right, here we go. 20 seconds. Make sure you're compounding and getting credit. There was a snipe. 184 is the new leader. Holy shit,
669.
669. Hell yeah, 69. There's got to be somebody. All right, 5 seconds left.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Somebody,
go. Is there
somebody.
a bigger one? 2, 1, 0. I think
Oh,
669 will take it. Are they the winner, Bull?
1 second. So we had 7,800 tickets, if anybody's curious. Yeah,
Wow.
669 was the winner.
Oh my God. And
Amazing.
we grew by about 2,000 LP. The new pool balance is 59,271 LP. Holy shit. That is probably the biggest single day LP increase we have seen to date. My God, that's incredible. I don't know, Bull, if you can see on chain. Were there multiple snipes?
I am not looking at the moment, but I'm getting feed. Okay, there we go. Give me 1 second. I
Yeah,
don't
that was.
actually have that
Yeah, I
screen
know
pulled up,
it's
but
hard to see. I know, and we're working on a video, guys, that can show you how to monitor the chain for yourself, on what deposits are coming in, and on the new UI. That's another thing I want to talk about. We'll have some more analytics that show what the snipes were. But regardless, nonetheless, again, my God, I can't even do the math in my head. A little less than 2,000 LP that came in the last 1 minute, and that is just incredible. So the instant reward should have been off the chain today. Daily burst is just killing it. You should be getting well over 1% a day between the instant rewards and the daily burst. So we're killing it in every direction. So congrats to the winners. If you did win the lottery, we'd love to hear from you. Feel free to jump on and share your success with us. And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my desktop, and we'll jump right into questions.
I will mention that the random was a person that uses one of the fantastic Autovaults. So um, the put those things to work for you here. All the pieces. Joe's expression. If you're not quite familiar with how to move things around and swap and sell and all that, stick it in one of the auto vaults, which will really helps protect the peg in the system, and it's going to pay you to learn the system and give you that time. But make you feel comfortable that you got a little digital worker working for you, compounding for you, increasing your LP.
Absolutely, no doubt. And again, we can go into auto vaults more in depth. Basically, what that means is it automatically takes your rewards from the farms and sells that e-share. That is the reward token, which is really uh, a way to take profit in our ecosystem without hurting any of the underlying assets. And then it automatically does that you multiple times a day to build your LP position. So not only is that really powerful from a passive income standpoint, but it's also really powerful from a protocol health standpoint. So we are suggesting a Magic Vault. Right now, again, if you're on the Telegram or Discord, somebody will send you the official, or don't ever take a DM about an official link. Make sure you check our official links channel, and that link will be there. But Magic Finance, they're another seigniorage protocol, but they have a special auto vault section where we have partnered with them, and part of their fees that they take, so it doesn't even impact you as a user. The fee does not come out of what you're participating with. It comes out of Magic's end. So they take half of what most other auto vaults take, and they use that other half to buy back and burn EMP. So that's really powerful. And again, the auto vaults are really important as well, because by selling eShare for more EMP LP, that is constant buying pressure on EMP 24/7. So auto vaults are very powerful. That's a great point, Bull. We haven't talked about auto vaults in a while. So, all right, there you go. And I know already somebody asked what a snipe is. So, and that's what we call the last minute depositors. Again, if you're depositing a large amount in the last 1 or 2 seconds of the daily rollover, then you are qualified for 1% of the pool if you win the largest deposit. So we call them snipers because they come in at the last minute and try to snipe the pool. So yeah, great point. We have a lot of newcomers today. Record numbers on our Telegram voice chat and on our YouTube. So welcome everybody. We're happy to have you here. So all right. I mean, I really don't have a lot of updates today. We're on our final stages of our UI. It's looking really great. We again, those of you that are new, you can look at our old videos on YouTube and see a teaser video of our UI, but it's coming along really nicely. We're hoping within the next 10 to 14 days, we will be live with the new UI, but we'll give you plenty of heads up on that. And we announced our sister project yesterday, Impulse. So it'll be just like EMP, only it'll be on the Pulse chain, and instead of being paid to Ethereum, we'll be paid to Pulse, and our share token will be LP'd with Pulse X, which is essentially the cake token of that ecosystem, as it's their largest DEX or the largest exchange on Pulse. It's Pulse X. So there you go. I mean, we the community really rallied behind it. We already have over 300 members in that Telegram for Impulse. If you're not over there, make sure you join. We launched our Instagram today, the Twitter, the Discord. Everything is live now. And now we just start building community and educating people. I mean, we already have an incredible community, and we're going to hit the ground running on Pulse. So, yeah, Bull, are you excited?
Yeah, man, I can't wait because, well, I can wait. I'm a very patient guy, but I think what's really going to be awesome is the mix of the EMP community and the Hexicans. Couch and MAA touched on it a little bit different, a little bit yesterday, and talked. Couch mentioned that the culture with the Hexicans is different, and you know me, I'm always excited to hear like when two people have a conversation, and what gets created from that. And I know, I feel it, in my heart that like there's something special that's going to get created over there with the hex culture and the EMP culture. So I think there's just going to be magic happening over there.
Yeah, no doubt, Bull. And again, I know they're a little bit clicky over on Hex and Pulse, but once they realize that we're all OG Hexicans ourselves, again, send them my video I did with Jonathan Seller where I doxed myself. I think that once we get in front of the right people over on Pulse and Hex, they're gonna welcome us with open arms. And even if they don't, that's okay too, because we have the community already. I mean, our community is built in, and that's the beauty of crypto. The decentralized manner is that we can participate without anybody's permission, regardless. So, but yeah, I mean, please again start learning about PulseChain and Hex. I know. Again, that was maybe a misstep on my part yesterday. I thought a lot of people were really going to be familiar with PulseChain and Richard Hart and Hex, but a lot of people are not, which to me is a really bullish sign because those of us that do know about it, and again, all of you now that are learning about it before it even launches, that's a huge bonus to all of you. So, as with any project, there's a lot of drama. Love him or hate him, Richard Hart has a very interesting personality, but I've been following him for years, and he is honestly one of the smartest guys in crypto, if not one of the smartest people on our planet. And he's donated a ton of money to charity. He really has a heart of gold, even if he comes across cocky and arrogant. He can back it up. So, and it's all part of his persona. He does that so he can get more followers on Twitter and on YouTube, and that's his marketing roadmap, so to speak, that he has decided to do. And yeah, again, I mean, definitely do your research. I posted as well in the IMP Telegram and Discord. There's about 6 or 7 different YouTube channels that do an amazing job talking about what Pulse is, what to expect, and definitely go through and watch those videos. Those are channels I've been following for a while that do a great job of explaining things, and we'll do that as well on our own. Once we are a little bit closer, we'll be doing a whole new academy for Pulse and Impulse. So yeah, this is only the beginning. I mean, again, I know everybody wanted a lot more info. We only launched 24 hours ago, and you'll get a lot more info before we go live. This is simply a soft launch to start building our community. So yeah, awesome. Anything you want to add about Impulse, Bull?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Join the Telegram first and foremost because, like AJ said, the links to learn, about hacks, to learn about Richard Hart, to learn about PulseChain, they're all there, right? And like I stated like I stated yesterday, the best time to do something to learn, it's right now. And that's it's not BS, it's not hyperbole. Really, the best time to do something is right now. Don't wait and rely on others to tell you about Richard Hart. Don't wait for people to tell you about Hex or PulseChain. Learn for yourself, because no, other people can trick you, they can deceive you, but you can't deceive yourself. And once you learn, like education is a powerful, powerful tool that it frees you from a lot of burdens in your life. And uh, the only way to truly really educate yourself is to invest in that opportunity to educate yourself, and really learn from your perspective of how you can learn most easily for yourself. And I didn't want to get into it a little bit with somebody last night, and I tried to be as nice as possible. But we have to form our own opinions about something. We can't listen to what somebody else said because, number one, this is crypto. We're here to make money, and there are a lot of people in this space that will deceive you if you let them. But the number one way not to be deceived is to be educated. And so to be educated is you have to take the opportunity to do that for yourself, to protect your investment, and to grow your knowledge base and your bag. So yeah, that's what I got to say.
Yeah, Bull. No, that's an amazing point. Again, I think a lot of people echo what they hear on crypto Twitter, or they follow YouTubers that maybe don't give them the best advice. We've seen that in our own community, and those people are really annoyed that they listen to that because it flooded them out of their own bags. And so, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you make your own decisions, and that's fine. Maybe you watch Richard Hart and you say, man, this guy's a dick. Like, I don't like this. Hex is a scam. And then you don't participate, and that's 100% fine. We're never here to give financial advice or tell you what to do and what not to do. We're just here to provide opportunities in the crypto space, and regardless, EMP will be the mothership. No matter what happens, all the value and the funds generated come back to EMP. And who knows whether IMP will be greater as far as users being on a new chain and all. We're gonna get the hype of that first mover advantage. Or if IMP is a complete flop. The idea is that you get in risk free, or as close to risk free as possible. And I would treat IMP as a totally separate project. Even though it is the same developers, the same community, me at the helm, and the rest of our original core team, as well as the EMP army. They're now the IMP army. I mean, we're going to do everything in our power to make it successful. But my point to that is that don't cannibalize your own bag in EMP to go into that. Treat it as a brand new project and invest accordingly. So yeah, and
Yep.
again, we'll get to all that. I mean, again, we're at the mercy of PulseChain even launching. It could be, another month. It could be another year. I mean, we really don't know. But we're building the community and the infrastructure now so that when we are ready, again, we have first mover advantage, and we can start making gains no matter what the market is doing at the time. So awesome. Yeah, we're all really hyped for Pulse and Impulse. So and yeah, I know a lot of people are asking, will EMP have a use case on Impulse? I mean, the short answer to that is no. Again, they're separate projects. But I did say yesterday in the AMA that the EMP Treasury will be the Genesis whale in Impulse. So I know a lot of people were kind of confused on that, but what it means is just like we had the Select Six here at EMP. It was a group of 6 people. We did the Genesis mining phase on Impulse, and by doing that, we were able to build a giant position for ourselves and not dump on our community. We were able to stabilize the price and again build massive positions to protect the protocol. Well, now that same concept is being applied with the EMP Treasury. So all of those gains and all that, position building will be not only protected through the EMP Treasury, but now, all the gains that are potentially made, because the IMP has to come from somewhere. So as Genesis is over, the EMP Treasury will be able to sell IMP back to the community at a much stabler price. Because if you look at most algorithmic projects, there's a huge pump and a huge dump in the very beginning. Well, by having the treasury be the Genesis whale, we're hopefully going to mitigate a lot of that on Impulse. So, by being an emperor and being in the EMP ecosystem, that value is automatically transferred to all of you through the treasury. So again, we have more info on that to come. I've said it a few times in the AMAs, but the idea is that once the treasury is large enough, then the yield that the treasury produces through what we call hypothecation will distribute that yield to all the EMP holders, where it's actually more valuable to hold your EMP than to sell it. So again, those are some big picture goals of ours, and Impulse plays into that really, really majorly. So yeah, does that make sense, Bull?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But if I could add one little
Please,
piece to that,
please
sure.
do.
Thank
Yes.
you. So if we just look at Tomb as a comparison, right? that was wildly successful, like when Harry saved it. But at the end of the day, Harry is one person, and that means Tomb is subject to the whim of one person. Now, would you feel good about your fate being decided by one person? I know I wouldn't. The only one person I'd want deciding my fate is me. And so when I look at EMP, you have the select six that started this, and I remember in the early on, you guys used to talk about this, that in the event, God forbid, something happened to one of you, there were still five of you, and you had
Yep.
made a commitment to each other and the community to keep this stable, because these algo projects, like you said, are very spiky at the very beginning, and anything can happen. But because U6 controlled the large supply of that, and it was seven, but I'll leave it at that. Six of you committed to each other and made that happen and stabilized this project, and that's what set the groundwork or set the framework here at EMP for stability. And so when we see that, right, like six guys working together to protect the ecosystem, and then when you look now, like, at all these little pieces that have been added to protect the ecosystem. And maybe at the beginning people were confused about that idea of the Treasury being a participant. Isn't that a bad thing? No. And that might need to be talked about a little bit again as more new people come in. But the people that have been here have heard that conversation about why it's hugely beneficial for the Treasury to be a participant in the ecosystem. And when I look at all of these pieces like ETH staking especially, because that is something that is radically different than anybody else has done. And a lot of people would question that, like, why would anybody do that? Like, the APRs are lower, I don't have any control, et cetera, et cetera. But when people understood that when the Treasury is strong, that means the ecosystem is strong. And because everybody here is a part of that ecosystem and dependent upon the strength of the ecosystem to, you know, to grow itself, people understood, like, well, shit, it's really important that this Treasury is strong, so that the ecosystem is strong, because that means both the ability to resist short-term dumps, attacks, and to strive for that long goal of longevity and adding new users, right? And a lot of people would say, well, that it seems really strange, but now, what are we, a month into the ETH staking? Let me pull it up here quick. So we are 23 days or 22 days into this. And, I don't know the numbers, but you guys said that, it has shown remarkable resiliency in the face of the downturn of ETH. And so knowing that, like, I can see, like, okay, you've met the goal, to be, like, I think you use the term, well on your way to paying back the people that invested in this. They took a chance to invest in themselves through the ecosystem. And so when I look at, the idea of Impulse being, it's, the EMP Treasury doing the genesis over there for the stake of stability and growth, I look at the ETH staking contract and the commitment that you guys made to stabilizing this at the beginning, and those are a marriage of those ideas over on Impulse, because it's not, just six people launching Impulse. It is the entire EMP ecosystem and Treasury launching that, which is, everybody here is a part of. I am a part of it. Bullish Mike is a part of it. Machu is a part of it. Everybody that has LP, be it eShare BNB or EMP ETH LP, or just EMP or just eShare, we are all part of this ecosystem. So when people ask, how do I participate in the genesis? You are, through EMP. And it might seem strange, but think of what Machu said yesterday, the idea of, Treasury being the ultimate ultimate participant in the ecosystem of the Genesis to create stability. Think of what that means for the Impulse launch. That means extremely firm, solid foundation that we all can participate in, and we can all build, the framework for how Impulse is going to be, because we're all going to be there. We're all going to be owners. We're all going to have input, because that's what we've had over here. So when I look at and I hear you say the Genesis launch, I'm like, hell yeah, because that is just a marriage of the EMP launch at the beginning with U6. It's a marriage of the ETH staking, where we're all part of that, regardless if we staked in the ETH staking. If we own LP of any kind or any token in this ecosystem, we're all part of that. And then to see us, be part of the launch of the Genesis over at Impulse, I love the idea.
Yeah, Bull, that was amazing, man. We gotta clip that was a great rant. You gave about two things that are just so key. For those of you listening in, definitely go back and re-listen to what Bull just said. I'll try to recap a little bit, but um the first point Bull made was how strong the Treasury is. So again, we preached it a lot, and we're one of the only protocols that utilizes our Treasury the way that we have. And we plan on releasing our contract as a software as a service to other, seigniorage protocols and other large treasuries because 99% of most crypto projects, they may have large treasuries, but that capital is dead capital. What I mean by that is, the capital just sits there. And, for those of you from traditional finance and even in DeFi, I mean, the holy grail and how the rich get richer is that they make their capital work for them and they produce yield on that capital. So if we have a large treasury but it's not doing anything, then it doesn't matter. That if we, what we've done with staking is we've been able to again put that treasury to use, and we're only about 22 days in to the first 90-day cycle. When that cycle is complete and we pay back all of our investors and we're able to release the numbers on what the treasury has generated in that time, you guys are going to lose your minds. We are going to have so much cash in the treasury from that that is just going to again give value to all of you that are holding EMP. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I don't think people are quite understanding. We could have done a sacrifice phase, and we may still do some sort of variation of that. But because there is no pre-minted impulse, meaning the only way to mint impulse is through Genesis and through participating in the boardroom. That's what makes the protocol so safe and so transparent, is that there is no way to mint tokens. Typically, with a pre-sale, those tokens are minted ahead of time, and then your sacrifice is essentially buying into the pre-sale. So not only can we really not do that, but it also is very exploitable. What that means is like, any random person can just buy EMP and sacrifice it. Well, that would be really good for us in the short term, because there would be a pump, and we'd be above peg, and everybody would be happy. But long term, that really doesn't reward all of us that are in the ecosystem and have been in the ecosystem. So a much better solution is to reward the treasury, because that way, anybody holding EMP and eShare and in Detonator and in LPs, we will have a massive treasury to, again, not only hypothecate and distribute to all holders through another contract, but even more, sooner than that, we're able to support PEG through buybacks, and we're able to add, massive amounts of liquidity into Detonator so that the prize pool, never goes down or goes down a lot slower than it would otherwise. So again, those are all the really important concepts to understand. And Bull, you made another awesome point at the end there, and I can't remember what it was. What was the last thing that you said as far as the ecosystem?
Well, the ETH staking, the marriage between the the
Yeah.
stability for the flex. Okay.
So yeah, I cover both ends. So yeah, the ETH staking and the Treasury. Again, once we're able to release the numbers after the first 90 days, um, everybody and their brother is going to want to put ETH into that contract. Because again, if you participate in all 4 rounds, you're literally getting 100% ROI on your ETH, and that is that is unheard of. So again, you deposit 10 ETH. If you participate in all 4 rounds, you get 20 ETH total. So really, really amazing stuff. And again, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we could easily have 10 million to $100 million in our EMP treasury within the next 2 years. So it's really, really exciting stuff. And the larger the treasury, the more value it brings to all of you in the ecosystem. So awesome. I hope that really cleared some things up. I know there was a lot of confusion, and again, Bull, I think we may have to go over it a few more times, but that's fine. We'll get there. So. All right, awesome, bro. You want to start taking some questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we got oh, geez, YouTube's really blowing up. I walked away for 1 second. Excuse me. I think you might have answered this. So this is from 99 Ways Crypto Impulse question. Will there be a use case for EMP tokens? So
So,
I do apologize if I ask you the questions that have
yeah,
already been answered, but I just want to make sure I'm diligent in answering some of these, or relaying some of these questions.
yeah, no, that's great. So yeah, 99. I would say listen to what I said about 5 minutes ago. There is no direct use case for EMP on Impulse. Um, but again, you're rewarded through the treasury, basically everything that we just talked about, and we will have a lot more use cases for EMP itself and a lot more burn mechanics in place. Again, uh, I have a mega announcement that I cannot wait to share that is directly related to use case. And again, those of you that join the Dygycon AMA, you may have heard a little Easter egg in there. So there's your homework for the night. So yeah, absolutely, Bill. So yeah, all right, we got more. Go ahead.
Yeah, Fat Bob had his hand raised, so I am going to unmute him if I can find him on. Here we go. So go ahead, Fat Bob. I unmuted you. You're good to go, bro.
He answered my question. Thank you.
All right, awesome,
Okay.
Fat Bob. You got it, man. Good to hear from you
I
again, bro.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dude, I did my first compound. Woohoo!
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. You're in it now, man. Now you're an emperor, bro. I love it. Yeah.
Y'all have a great evening. Thanks.
All right, you too, brother. All right, I see we have Kirk in here too. You wanna unmute him, Bull?
Yep. Let me find him.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, there he is. We made you wait, brother. We're making you wait on
Yeah,
that one.
no
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. What's
I'm
up,
like,
Kirk?
oh, I've got the perfect segue.
All right, let's hear it, man. Maybe it has something to do
Yeah,
with your
guys.
your latest video, huh? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, right at the top when you guys started talking about it, I've launched it. It's in all the channels. It's new video. It basically, you guys, it covers pretty much everything you've said in the last 30 minutes about Impulse and where we are, and what we know at this point. So I think it will serve people well, who may or may not be able to go and listen through the whole 2.5 hour AMA. Also, for those of you who, my videos are a little bit focused on the more new people to the protocol, but there's a little. I got a quote from this guy named AJ that is in that video,
Yeah.
and you might want to, even people that have been around for a while, you might want to go and take a look at that quote. It's a couple minutes in, and it really explains this concept about the genesis, I think, very well. I felt like that was probably the biggest point of confusion for people coming out of the AMA yesterday,
Yes.
was just understanding, well, I want to participate, or how can I participate, or what do you mean when you say we're all participating, but yet there's nothing to do? So I hope that the video helps people understand that as well. So I posted it. It's not pinned yet, but I'm sure someone will pin it for me. But take a peek at it if you're interested. And also just a quick thank you to everybody who has been watching. I'm not a pro YouTuber, but I was looking at stats the other day, and I only have, I think, 6 videos so far. This is number 7, and there's almost 200 hours of watching on those videos. And so
Kirk. Yeah, congrats, brother. That's amazing, Kirk.
Yeah, and I mean, I just think it's great that people have that much interest in this, and they stay. The retention and all that kind of stuff is just fascinating to look at, and I'm just really happy that people are finding some value in it, and so I will continue to do them as we move forward. But I just wanted to let everybody know that that I've got that for you. It's about 15 minutes long, and it goes through all of the stuff that we were just talking about for the last. It's all focused on Impulse.
Amazing, brother. Yeah, thank you for doing that. I know we were talking on DM about how we can best tell the community, and just from your thumbnail alone, I think that's going to be really helpful. You did a little flowchart there of what our current tokens are and what they will become on Impulse. And I think that's another major thing that people are kind of underestimating. Everybody says, well, if I'm in EMP, how do I benefit by being ready for Impulse? Well, you're already educated. I mean, you have no idea the value of that. I mean, the fact that and you've been in EMP, that the ideal strategy is to start in the farms. Again, everything that we've taught, the same mechanisms apply. It's just different tokens and different exposure. There may be a little bit of tweaks here and there, that again, just stuff that we've learned that will help maximize the returns. But if you know how to participate in EMP, you will be able to participate in Impulse literally on day 1 and hit the ground running. And that alone gives you a huge advantage. I mean, that's like, consider an analogy. Bull's the analogy master, but that's like the difference between the minor leagues and the major leagues of baseball. You're already in the major leagues. You already know how to play the game. You already know the rules. You already know how to maximize your returns, and that alone automatically gives you value in Impulse before we've even launched. So, and if you're new here and you're hyped about Impulse, you wanna get into Impulse, you feel like you've missed the boat with EMP, well, we're a seniors protocol, and there is no missing the boat in these protocols. If anything, you're getting a better entry today than about 90% of the people that have been in the protocol, because ETH is on the floor. So again, the opportunity is now. So if you're hyped about Impulse, I would suggest getting involved in EMP first, learning the ropes and getting involved in our ecosystem. So again, you have first mover advantage in Impulse. And over the next 2 weeks, we're going to open up our VIP submissions again. So if you're in EMP and you have been proven to be a good actor, we ask you to submit your wallet address and your Telegram name or your Discord name. We're not looking to dox you. We're not looking to expose anything. We just want to see that you're in the ecosystem and that you're, not dumping EMP for more shares, or, you can take profit. We have no problem with that. It's just a matter of, rewarding good actors that are doing the methods that we teach, and that will give you early access to Impulse. So we're gonna do a tiered release again. The Treasury will be the genesis, but we're gonna open it up to the public in a very unique way. And those that are VIPs will have early access. So again, we'll make a bigger announcement on that as we get closer. But it's just more of a reason, that we want to reward the people that are here for the long run, and are here to support what we're doing and building. So yeah, does that make sense, Bull? Anything you want to add with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Something I noticed from yesterday, the YouTube channel is up like 60 plus subscribers from yesterday, which is awesome. Thank you. Everybody's doing a great job adding that. I'll just reiterate once again for all your content creators. I'm sure Jesse has his hand raised, so I'm sure he's gonna definitely mention that. But first and foremost, the channel you should be like, sharing, and subscribing is the official channel, so that this message, like this ecosystem, can get pushed out to YouTube, because there's literally a billion people on YouTube, and that's what we need, is to get exposure to more people. Discord and Telegram are great, but to some degree it is hard to bring in new people, and when people hear like AJ talking on YouTube, that's hard to fake. That's hard to put a scam channel out there. There's a ton of scam Discord and Telegram channels out there, so be careful. But it's important that this channel has at least the same amount of members that are in Discord and Telegram, because it's really the tip of the spear to bring in new people. And nobody is going to be able to fake a YouTube channel and have AJ on there talking and telling everybody about EMP and all the benefits of being in the system and learning from the community, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just if you haven't like, shared, and subscribed to the official channel, please do that, and help it grow, because that's going to help gain exposure and grow your bags. So yeah, so that's what I got.
For sure, Bull. Absolutely. And yeah, guys, I mean, I mentioned it a little bit on the Dygycon AMA, but there are scams popping up left and right. Some of these Telegram channels have larger followings than our main channel, because they're all botted. So just be really careful. Again, we're making YouTube the central hub now, that you can get all your info from our official YouTube channel. Again, I mean, there's the scammers come out of the woodwork, and that means that we're making waves. I mean, they if anything, it's a sign of growth. Just be really careful out there, and yeah, even with YouTube as well. I mean, I know some scammers will take an old video that we do, and then try to overlay like a giveaway on top of the video. So don't fall for any of that as well. Make sure it's coming from our official YouTube page, no matter what. So yeah, definitely always got to bring up security and protecting yourself, because there's people that want to take away your crypto. It's up to you to hold on to that crypto. So all right, awesome. We got more questions, Bowler? Go ahead.
Yeah, Jesse's good to go, bro.
The
Jesse,
DeFi King.
there he
The
is,
people's
bro.
champ.
What's up, man?
What's
It's
going on, brother?
not much, man. DeFi dinner time with Jesse, bro. Lay it on us, man. How are you, bro?
DeFi dinner time, man. I'm at a barbecue. I had to peel away all out front and shit.
Yeah.
So, I was listening to what you were saying. So, I mean, once I heard that last night about the Treasury Genesis, taking that spot, and then I just heard you say it's going to bolster it, which I already understand how it strengthens EMP. But you said how you just on this AMA you said that this would later on increase the APRs in EMP.
So yeah, brother. I mean, we have a lot of options. But ideally, with a large treasury, we're able to basically support the price of EMP, which means we could be above peg indefinitely at that point. And so in turn, that increases the boardroom APR, and the price of e-shares. I mean, if we have a fat stack of cash, the treasury can step in and buy back and burn some e-share, or buy back and distribute e-share. And again, that boosts the APRs. So yeah, bro, we have a lot of different ways we can do it. And once we know how much the treasury is actually yielding, then we'll be able to do an announcement on the actual game plan. So
Okay, so clip them last 2 minutes, because
yeah.
nobody should be confused after that. I mean, that gets me excited.
Yeah, brother, hell yeah.
Yeah, because I know there was some confusion or whatever, but it really is super bullish. I mean, just the way we know that the EMP protocol participates in the Treasury. My boy Bull, love you, Bull. He already been in depth about that. I mean, it's so powerful, and then to be able to use that to bridge into the IMP, man, it's super super exciting, super fucking genius what you guys are doing. I got to get back to this barbecue. I just wanted to show love, Kirk. Congratulations on the 200 hours. Make sure the community take your time, go smash them like buttons, claps, do everything you got to do. AJ, much love to you. I'm gonna catch you on the next AMA.
All right, brother. Love you too, Jesse. That's it, man.
Good
I
guy.
love it. Have fun, bro. All right, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Again, making time for our AMA, whether you're at a barbecue or Hot Llama, one of our internal memes going around, he was ready to have hip surgery, and he made sure he made it to our AMA. So, again, we have the best community ever. It just,
Oh, real quick.
yeah, bro.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
say this
Jess.
real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Since there is a lot of new people in here, my service was shit. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's interested in daily bursts and stuff like that. I missed my rollover, but I ain't sweating it because it goes right back into my 365. So if you miss your time, I know it's a lot of new people. Don't sweat it. It's still there.
Yeah, Jesse, no doubt. There you go. Thank you for your
But it
contribution.
was my first miss. I was a
Yeah.
little upset. It was my first miss,
Oh
but it
man,
is what
yeah,
it is.
no doubt, bro. You broke the streak. But yeah, man, we all
All right.
thank you for bolstering the detonator pool, brother. And that's all right. You get it just one day later now, bro. No worries. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Y'all take it easy.
All right, man. Later, bro. So yeah, and again, for those of you that are new, what Jesse was saying, even the daily rewards are based on a 24-hour cycle, and if you don't claim or compound within that 24-hour period, those rewards are rolled back over into the pool, and so that is a very unique mechanic to Detonator, and it's what makes it so sustainable. And it really is not that big of a downside to investors. I know a lot of people get upset the first time it happens, but you're not penalized because that's only based on time. So again, if you're able to get 365% ROI, if you miss a day compounding, or even if you missed a week compounding, as you went on vacation or something, it adds those days to the back end of your ROI. So instead of getting your investment back in 365 days, if you miss 5 days, then you get it back in 370 days. So again, there is no penalty. It's only a matter of a time penalty. So awesome. Yeah, and again, it makes the pool extremely sustainable. So there are people that miss out on the day, and then those rewards go back into the pool and reward all of us on the next day. And we're working on some ideas in the background. I mentioned it multiple times. We may have NFTs that you're able to purchase that will extend your rollover time or even be an auto compounder for you, but that will come with a pretty substantial price that will just bolster the detonator pool because we don't want to unfairly let people auto compound and drain the pool either. So yeah, that's a great point. And all right, awesome. Bull, what else we got, bro? Go ahead.
Okay, bro. This is from Crypto ML on YouTube. Is it fair to say that going into Impulse is getting indirect exposure to PLS without having sacrificed for PLS?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. So,
Mm-hmm.
again, we're gonna release a whole deep dive on how to play this as we get closer. The ideal strategy would have been, if you've already sacrificed for Pulse or Pulse X, you're gonna be getting your tokens on chain without having to worry about bridging over or anything. I mean, they'll already be there. Now, that being said, they're also going to be PRC20s, so those will be copied over as well. For any of you that have assets on the ETH main chain, so that will be a way to get capital over to PulseChain to begin with anyway. And I mentioned it yesterday in our AMA, we do have plans on having our own bridge. As long as we can do that in a safe and secure manner, that was also really bullish because we may have one of the first BSC bridges to Pulse out there. And again, we can incorporate fees that feed the Treasury and PEG and all that. So again, I know that really doesn't answer your question. That's just how you get funds over to Pulse. Now, to have exposure without having, to actually buy Pulse, that really isn't going to happen because you still have to pair the token. So you still have to buy at least half of the LP in actual Pulse. But yeah, the idea is that you're able to earn APR exponentially on that PLS. So, again, the ultimate strategy, which is what we say in EMP, is bringing over fresh capital to buy actual IMP and then pair that with your Pulse. And now you have basically double the amount of LP that you would have if you just split your Pulse in half. So again, I hope that makes sense. But it allows you to build a much larger position in the LP pool, and then yeah, you're earning on that Pulse. So I know that there will be staking of PLS, but I can almost guarantee that the APR through us will be a lot higher than whatever you're able to earn just through staking PLS on Pulse. So yeah, absolutely. And again, hopefully I answered that. Okay. Did that make sense, Bull?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. It's I don't want to say, kind of a wait and see game, but there is a little bit like, just to throw it out there that some things can change a little bit because PLS is still in test, and things
For sure.
are subject to change. But I just wanted to throw that little quick asterisk out there.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, that's a great point. Again, everything coming out of my mouth is subject to change, but we feel like we have a really good grasp on how it's going to go down. And any kind of pivots that we do last minute, there'll still be plenty of notice for everyone. Again, I think I've proven that I'm the guy that wants to be a really good communicator, and will give you plenty of heads up before we do anything set in stone. So, yeah, absolutely. Okay.
100%, AJ. So Cool Sheet has his hand raised. I am unmuting you now, sir. Go ahead.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Cool. What's up, man? How are you, brother?
AJ, my man, bro. I give up to the community, man. AJ, the king, baby. Hey, my man, Bull. Hey, also, Kirk, man. Kirk, he's in trouble, bro. He got me in trouble with these nodes, baby. I'm knee deep in these nodes. I'm so knuckle deep in these nodes, man. I actually may be in trouble with these nodes, man. I don't know what to say. I'm about to work up on my second giga. I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. What am I gonna do?
I love
You're gonna
hearing
print it.
It's all Kirk's fault, bro. It's all Kirk's fault.
Yeah, man. You're setting up your printers, brother. I love it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I love it too, man. Hey, man, this is the best DeFi project, bro. I'm knuckle deep also into drip, but of course we all know drips. It is what it is. Especially, when you got in when I did. I got in, late December, early
cool.
January. So it's a little painful right now, but it's all good, man. I'm holding, I'm compounding. But
Yeah, brother, no
EMP
doubt.
is where it's at, bro. And I'm just saying, I've made probably triple my money, and we're still going, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. No doubt, cool. I know I've seen you around, brother. I'm really happy to have you here. And yeah, bro, I mean, we support all the projects that have come before us. We've learned from them. We've adapted. Shout out to Forex and Drip. Much love to that community. And yeah, bro, but you can't compete with the APRs, brother. We've been crushing it. no matter what the market is doing. So, and I know you see that, bro, for sure.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you, I love you guys, man. And the last thing I'll say, it's my parting words is AJ has the best profile pic on Telegram. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks, man. Yeah, bro. I got my mustache up in that picture. Yeah, I've been too busy to do my mustache lately. But yeah, bro. When we have a conference, I'll make sure I bring out the curly Q
The
mustache.
mustache is king, brother. The mustache is king.
Yeah. Hell yeah, guys.
Hey, let me tell you, when we're over in the Dygycon, and for those that don't know, it's a kind of a 3D interactive world, and well, let's just say AJ did a little bit of work on his avatar, so
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I had the curly Q on my avatar. So yeah, no doubt, man. Well, I appreciate
It's
you,
beautiful,
cool.
brother.
Yeah. Thanks,
Hey,
man.
hey, I just want to say thank you again, brother. Y'all got a good product going on, baby, and I'm here for you, man. I've been here since day one, so rock and roll, baby.
Nice, cool. Hell yeah, bro. Awesome. I love it. Glad to have you on the AMA and join us more often, bro. Love to hear from you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too, bro. Right on, guys. That's what it's all about. Again, I say it every day, multiple times a day. Best community in crypto right here. No doubt about it. So awesome. Glad to hear it. And yeah, man, shout out to Drip again. You know, there's room for everybody in the ecosystem. You know, but sometimes you just have to take a step back, look at your portfolio, and you know, start allocating funds to the projects that are delivering. You know, that's just good investment. You know, again, not financial advice, but from an OG crypto veteran, you know, I would say, you know, it's always good to reallocate funds to projects that continue to deliver, and I think EMP has been proving that. So, right on. All right, Bull. What else you
yeah,
got,
you know,
brother? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
You
just,
want to add to that?
I'll
Yeah.
throw, yeah, man. So if your investment was a liquid, and it is, right? Liquidity is king. If your project had a hole in it, why would you keep it there? Wouldn't you put it in a cup that's ever getting ever bigger, ever stronger? You know, the liquidity is getting deeper there. Doesn't that seem like a better place to park your liquid? Yes?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, my silence is as a confirmation silence. Again, we'll let everybody you know, make what they will of that, but I think that is no truer word has been spoken. So absolutely, Bull. All right, brother. What else we got, man? We're having fun today on this AMA. I'm cracking
Yeah.
myself up over here, man. Yeah.
Well, it was a bit of a struggle to get on Digicon. Like I felt like a old noob, if that
Yeah.
oxymoron made sense, right?
Yeah, bro, me too. I thought again. I mean, I've always said I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I have a problem just setting up streaming to YouTube. But holy shit, man, we tried to get in early. I know you and I were gonna do a test run, and you know, before we knew it, it was already time. And then yeah, just go listen to the first 10 minutes of that AMA on YouTube, and you'll see all the shenanigans. But we pulled it out, bro, and now we'll be ready for the next one. So
Yeah, and so I just want to say, like AJ says, I'm a great co-host, but it's easy to be a co-host because all you have to do is, you know, expand a little bit on what the first guy said, but the first guy actually has to come up with what to talk about. And honestly, I struggled a bit over there when AJ was having some mic problems, and you know, I'm the first one to say if I have a problem, and because I want to be better in every capacity, especially, you know, since I've been given the opportunity to speak. I want to be a better speaker. I want to be able to, you know, be more succinct, be more clear, so that everybody, you know, can understand what this project is about. And sometimes I go on a little bit too much, but hopefully, if you've listened to the first time I was on an AMA to today, I've shown improvement. But if there's anything that I can do better as a co-host, anybody feel free to let me know. I'll never be mad at anybody. Matter of fact, I always appreciate any type of feedback or criticism because I want to do a better job for this community because I love the project and I love the community, and I want to do whatever I can, you know, to help take it to the next level.
Absolutely, Bull. And again, bro, I know I don't say it enough, but I couldn't do without you. Again, to have you step up as a community member and join me on the AMAs every day, and like you said yesterday, the when you idea, I love that too. I mean, each and every one of you listening, that show up every day, you guys can run an AMA too. I mean, that's the beauty of our community, and our army, and the members that have stepped it up and wanted to help. I mean, again, whether it's Bull, whether it's LA, I know she's been one of my co-hosts, or whether you guys want to do it on an off time where I'm not available. I mean, just shoot one of us a DM to set it up for you, and we'd be more than happy to do multiple AMAs that are community ran. And again, I mean, I've had some nice time off with my family lately, and all of you stepped up big time in the meantime to continue the AMAs and continue to educate everyone. So yeah, Bull, thank you again for all you do, bro. I know I don't say it enough.
Yeah, no, you say it plenty, so I appreciate that. Crypto Pride is up, and then Hot Llama after him.
All right, perfect. There he is, both OG members. Crypto Pride, what's up, brother?
Hey, I just want to take a second to thank everybody for supporting my video that I put out this morning on Impulse. It's getting a lot of support. I think it has over 100 something views already, and I just want to take time out to thank you guys.
Yeah, brother.
And also for the people that retweeted the video on Twitter also.
Awesome, man. Yeah, hell yeah, no doubt. Demi has been trying to help be a little more active on Twitter, and yeah, he tweeted that out, and yeah, man, everybody go check out Crypto Pride on YouTube. Again, bro, we appreciate all your hard work, and yeah, that new video was great. I mean, again, hopefully you'll not only cover EMP, but now get some coverage on Impulse as well. So.
Thanks, Crypto Pride. Hot Llama, you're up, buddy.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hot Llama, what's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I joined Saturday night for the AMA. Of course, I try to make every AMA, but it was a little scatterbrained. I didn't get to hear as much as I wanted to hear, but I heard a couple of things dropped, AJ, and I wanted to. Maybe this isn't the right time to answer that question. Maybe you can point me to somewhere. But
yeah, for
you
sure.
talk about the folks who already have EMP and how that Pulse being more, I think you said Genesis pool, and folks who are in EMP are gonna get some matching IMP. I think is what you said. Could you just explain that a little bit to me about the Genesis pool and how the value that we have created here as members gets transferred over there?
Yeah, no doubt, Hot Llama. So I don't
know.
By
the way,
yeah.
By the way, I'm doing well, man. I'm walking.
I was gonna say, are you up and walking? You took the words out of my mouth, bro. Yeah, I know
I'm
the
walking.
wife. All right, man. The wife was giving you a hard time last time.
I know.
So, yeah.
Get up. She's like, get up and walk.
I love it, man. No doubt. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, and yeah, man, the hip replacement can be a doozy, I'm sure. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we I don't know how late you came on this AMA, but we went over a lot of that earlier. But I can give you kind of a fast rundown yet again. So it will not be a copy of IMP. IMP will be a separate project. We may end up doing some sort of a sacrifice for lack of a better word that will still give people early access by sacrificing their EMP. But really, the ultimate goal is to reward the actors that are already here. So by having the EMP Treasury be the Genesis whale, and again, you may want to look at YouTube for a breakdown of how the Genesis rounds work on Tomb Forks. I think that will help you understand better. But basically, the native tokens IMP and iShare, they have to come from somewhere. So in order for that to happen, there's a Genesis round, and the Genesis round is where you stake collateral into the pool, and you're rewarded with the very first tokens. Now, because of that, the liquidity is always really, really low, and people fight to get IMP and get iShare. And that's why you see the tokens go up, to hundreds of thousands of dollars, because we're transacting in like fractions of E share or I share and IMP. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a tiered rollout where again, the EMP Treasury will own the majority of those early IMP and iShares, and then we'll be able to distribute those by selling them back to the community at a much stabler rate. And so after the Genesis round, the next 48 hours will be, the army and the VIPs, and then the 48 hours after that, it'll be open to the public. And so by doing a tiered release like that, we're basically building a really, really strong foundation of people that are not going to dump the token on everybody's heads because, I mean, you
Right.
even saw it with EMP a little bit, is that,
Yep.
there was a really big spike in the beginning because, the low liquidity, and that's why some people bought, shares at, 20 grand or 100 grand, and bought fractions of shares. So, again, we're going to release more of an actual rollout plan that everybody can plan around. But yeah, that's kind of the high level overview of how it's going to go. And at the end of the day, again, the most value is created for, the pre-sale or in our case, the Genesis. And so all that value is now transferred to the EMP Treasury rather than individuals. So that's really bullish and why,
Yeah.
again, we can have such a huge treasury and do things responsibly as well. So does that help a little bit?
It definitely
Okay,
definitely helped a lot. I'm going to go and watch some videos on Genesis and Tomb just to get that background. But that
for
makes
sure.
sense. That what you just said helped clear it up for me. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right,
You guys are doing
Halama.
great.
Yeah, brother, no
And
doubt. Yeah, you got it, man. And glad to have you up and around, bro.
thank you.
Llama, just to let you know, if you end up searching Genesis on YouTube and you see people singing and a guy named Phil Collins, you are not looking at a crypto video.
Good
Yes.
stuff, man. I appreciate that, Bull.
You're welcome, sir. Take
I might
care.
watch it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta love some Phil Collins, right? Hell yeah. Uh, All right, awesome,
Thank you.
guys. Yeah, you got it. All right, Bull. I got time for about one or two more here. Again, we've been talking all day. I had again the Dygycon AMA. We've been on the phone since like 6. So yeah, man.
Hey, man, I think we're good. I'm looking here at Discord in the AMA question section. I don't see anything. There's nothing left on YouTube, and we're deep in the Peggy dance. So if anybody asked a question in there, it's next to impossible to find at this moment in time. So
Yeah, no worries, man. All right, cool. Well, and again, I know Peggy dance is happening. We have been, losing Peg a little bit. We're still printing, but again, just be mindful. Selling EMP is really not the ideal strategy. Not only for the protocol, but for your bags as well, and especially with everything being down so much. I mean, you never want to sell a token on the floor. So again, EMP and ETH follow each other. So we should see a rally hopefully over the next few weeks to months. But now is the time to accumulate and use those EMP to build LP positions. I mean, I looked at our liquidity. We just broke over 5,000 Ethereum in our liquidity pool, which is just insane. So again, when you pair that up with EMP, that's about 17 million or 18 million in total liquidity. So the liquidity is continuing to grow, even though PEG is reducing, or the actual dollar value is reducing. As long as we see the liquidity growing or at least maintaining, that there is no better sign to have a measurement of. So yeah, there's some really last minute advice for all of you, not financial advice, but just overall market advice. So all right, awesome. Bull, thank you again, my friend, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Again, looking really, really healthy. And anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
With the the downturn in the price of ETH and the market overall, it's good to reiterate to people, don't get obsessed looking at that dollar value. Look at your LP value and what you think Ethereum is going to be worth in 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, however long you plan to be in crypto. Is Ethereum going to go down in price over the next year or 2 years, 3 years, or is it going to go up and to the right? And then you're going to be able to figure out why you should be looking at that LP number, because you can take that LP number and multiply it simply just by what you think Ethereum is going to be worth in the future. And I never in crypto, I've never ever looked at the dollar value, to be honest. I've always looked at the units in whatever crypto I was involved with, because the the dollar value really tends to have a really negative impact on your emotions, because you can be increasing your units, but if the price really goes down on something, you get really down on yourself and the project, and a lot of people do that, and then the project ends up dumping and failing, and it's because people are too focused on the short term gains of price. And I think everybody here would probably echo the sentiment that, like I do, that that this is a long term play, right? And you can't 100x overnight. And the goal is a passive income stream for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And I say those numbers because I don't know what it's going to be, but if everybody has a long term mindset, it could be around in 10 years. And that is a very possible thing if people believe. And then when they believe and they look at those numbers and then they put that belief into action, that's what makes things happen. And when I talk about when you right now is the time you look at what your end goal is, work backwards and figure out what you need to do right now, because time is your friend and time is your enemy. But if you start right now, time is your friend. But if you start tomorrow, the next day, tomorrow, always tomorrow, time is going to be your enemy in everything in life, because you'll get to the end of your life and say, geez, I wish I would have done something. I wish I would have done that thing with my kid or my wife or whoever. And the reality is that we all have 24 hours in a day. Excuse me. It's just how we prioritize that time, how we prioritize the people in our life, how we prioritize ourselves and what we want to be. But don't spend your life procrastinating. And I'm telling you this as a serial procrastinator for a good portion of my life. I didn't go to college until like 8 years after I graduated high school, because I was too busy, messing around, partying with my friends and all this stuff. And it's kind of why I am how I am today. Not because I felt like I wasted my life, because I learned a lot. But the greatest thing I learned was in the last few years, was when my wife told me, she's like, "You're not a procrastinator. You're just not a finisher." I'm an incredible starter. I'm a poor finisher. But I haven't been for the past few years. And what I mean by that, and sorry if I'm ranting, is that you can do all the research in the world. You can be the smartest person in the world. You can be the most creative person in the world. But if you never put that to action, you've wasted all that time learning and researching that stuff and building that creativity in your mind. And your goal should be, as I said yesterday, to share those things with other people, because that's the power of the individual. That's the power of being unique and special, is when you share it with other people, because that creates something really magical. And that's what allows like a community to grow, for you to grow, and a project like this to be around in 10 years.
Wow, Bull, that was amazing, man. I can't compete with that. We're going to end it right there. Again, some very amazing words of wisdom from our very own Bull Gates. Love you, brother. All right, everyone. There you have it. Thanks for being here. And again, we get to do it all over again tomorrow. So good night. Good day. We'll see you tomorrow.